on the faces of those families that are going to get their loved ones home. It's truly quite remarkable. I think it's important to note, too, none of this happens without American leadership. President Trump has done a remarkable job of bringing a huge coalition of parties together to put pressure on these terrorists who killed hundreds of Israelis now just 2 years and a day ago. So full credit for that, and prayerful that this will unfold the way everybody is hoping and anticipating. But to your point, it's the phase one that implies that there's a phase two. There's much more to bring broad peace to the Middle East. There's risk that there's something could happen in the next 72 hours. But it looks like both sides are committed to this. But Bill, we've all covered this. I've been part of this. We've seen that things can intervene. I'm sure in Tehran they're plotting, they're planning to think about how they might upset this transaction. Lots of things that could interfere. But it's also very clear that the Qataris, the Turks, the Egyptians, Mr. Witkoff, Mr. Kushner, all of them have come together to deliver what looks like a fantastic outcome for Israel and for the families of these hostages.
And it is getting quite the reaction from across the political spectrum here. This is a little bit of it from last night. Watch.
We've heard it again and again from a number of people today, really giving credit to President Trump for getting this deal over the finish line.
This is an enormous moment for the world, but also for this administration, a big win for the president.
Why do you think that this was not doable when President Biden was in office?
The biggest problem that the President Biden had is there was no pressure from Qatar, from Turkey, from Egypt.
By saying that, it's sort of an acknowledgement Trump has changed that dynamic.
Totally. And, you know, I couldn't help but think of President Bill Clinton in that moment when this deal came through, because I thought about how deeply he regretted not getting a peace agreement done when he was in office and how that didn't work out for him. But this president is so different and the events were so different. Can you just walk us through all the things that had to happen? I mean, the attack on Iran, the Abrahamic Accords, even before that, in his first term. The timeline was almost perfect.
Aisha, that's absolutely true. These moments don't just happen. President Trump credited luck. There's always a little bit of luck in the good Lord, but this was hard work over years, and President Trump's personal efforts to bring all of these parties together. And then, of course, enormous pressure put on Hamas, Hezbollah, the Iranian regime by the Israelis in June. Then the president's bold decision to take the strike and go after the nuclear facilities in Iran. Each of those things built to a place where you could bring that coalition together. The question of why President Biden couldn't pull this off is really quite straightforward. He didn't have the capacity to understand the dynamic in the Middle